Journalist missing in Norway. American journalist Alec Luhn missing in Norway after solo glacier hike in Folgefonna National Park. A large-scale search operation is underway in Norway for Alec Luhn, a 38-year-old award-winning American journalist who vanished while on a solo backpacking trip to the Folgefonna National Park. Luhn, known for his climate reporting and passion for Arctic regions, was last heard from on July 31 after beginning a hike in Oda, southwestern Norway. Now let's get into the thick of it in today's AI podcast episode.
Okay, let's get into it. We're doing a deep dive today on a really compelling story that's still unfolding. It starts with this climate journalist, Alec Luhn, passionate guy. He goes on a solo glacier hike in Norway. Beautiful place, but, risky. Last anyone heard was a photo we sent from Oda. That was Thursday, July 31st. Then nothing. He was supposed to fly back to England on Monday, but he never made the flight. So what began as this sort of adventurous trip turned into a really urgent search. Our goal here is to walk through the facts we have around his disappearance. We use the sources you provided, trying to understand the extreme conditions, the challenges for the search teams. It's this mix, isn't it? Adventure, this deep environmental passion, and now this real concern.
Exactly. And Alec Luhn himself, his background is key here. He's 38, American, an award-winning climate journalist. We're talking reports for The Guardian, The New York Times, National Geographic, major outlets. So understanding who he is helps understand why he was there.
And it really points to something new, these dangers for climate journalists. It's not like covering a war zone, maybe, but they're heading into these physically volatile places. They're facing the climate change effects directly. It's almost a new kind of adventure journalism, but with these huge natural risks.
That's a really important point, his motivation. It wasn't just a holiday, was it? His wife, Veronica Silchenko, she really paints a picture of his commitment. What exactly drove him on this specific, pretty extreme journey?
Right. Veronica, who's also an Emmy-winning journalist, described Alec as deeply passionate about the Arctic glaciers and the impact of climate change. She even used the word obsessed with the Arctic. So you can see this wasn't just for fun. He was, as she put it, chasing the story of how these landscapes are shrinking because of climate change. He felt he needed to see it, to document it. And that led him to Folgefonna National Park in Norway, a solo trip on a glacier. Now, you mentioned he was experienced outdoors, but what makes that specific type of trip so dangerous, even for someone like him?
Well, yeah, experience helps, but a solo glacier trip, that's a whole other level. Glaciers are constantly changing. You've got hidden crevasses, ice conditions that can shift really fast, sudden weather changes. It's unpredictable. Knowing his experience, his family wasn't immediately worried, apparently, but then he missed that Monday flight back to England. That's when, the alarm bells really went off and they contacted the authorities.
Okay, so the family raises the alarm. What was the response like from the Norwegian authorities? Did things move quickly?
Oh, very quickly. Once they got the alert from the family, they mobilized fast. And it wasn't a small effort. We're talking police, volunteer rescue teams, sniffer dogs, drones. They also got a helicopter up straight away to cover ground because that terrain is just vast and difficult.
But it wasn't just the terrain that was the problem initially, right? The weather became a major factor almost immediately.
Absolutely, right from the start. That helicopter, which was so crucial, it had to be grounded late on Monday night. Severe weather just swept in. Tatjana Nappen from the Western Police District, she said conditions got dangerous around midnight. Her words were it was not reasonable to continue the search up in the mountains. It just shows how quickly things can change up there, how narrow the window for searching can be.
So it wasn't just a quick storm that passed. The struggle continued, even when they tried again on Tuesday.
Exactly. They did try to resume Tuesday morning, but the weather just got worse again, and they had to suspend operations. Again, it was this ongoing fight against the elements. And the Norwegian Red Cross really emphasized how tough this area is. They said the landscape is extremely challenging.
Even for local teams, people who know the area.
Yeah, even for local teams familiar with the area, that really tells you something. They pointed out that this combination, the difficult landscape and the demanding weather, it's making the whole mission particularly complex. It's just a stark reminder of how powerful nature is in these places and how it can stop even the best efforts cold.
And what's the latest? What's the message from the family now?
Well, the family's plea is still out there, very urgent. They're asking anyone at all in that Otter region who might have seen Alec Luhn to please contact the authorities right away.
This whole situation with Alec, it's more than just one missing person. It really does illustrate this new frontier for journalists. As the planet changes, The people reporting on it, like Alec, find themselves literally on the front lines, not just political danger zones, but these environmental ones. It brings up serious questions about safety, about support for journalists doing this critical work, especially when their passion, leads them into these incredibly unforgiving places. So, thinking about all this, about Alec Luhn's story, what does this deep dive tell you about the kinds of risks people take? The ones who report on our changing world, often going right into the heart of the landscapes most affected by the stories they're trying to tell.
What additional challenges are rescuers facing in the search for Alec Luhn in Norway? Don't forget to comment it. Thanks.